Now we're heading toward Donner Canyon, either from Mitchell Canyon or Regency Gate. There's no fee to enter at Regency, but it's state park land, and the usual rules apply. No dogs, no motorized vehicles, no collecting of plants or animals. Mountain bikes are allowed on the fire roads, but not on single-track trails.
Here we are at Donner Canyon, and people first visiting here want to know if it's named after the infamous Donner Party. And no, it's not. The Donners actually were early California settlers. They settled here in the Clayton area at least by 1880. John Donner was the patriarch of the clan. Evidently, the Donner's son fought a duel over the honor of his sister, whose honor was evidently besmirched by one of her paramours. And they fought a duel in the canyon, and poor Donner's son was shot and killed. And in some of the old trail maps, Donner Canyon was known as Downer Canyon, which was a downer for the Donners, but then that was corrected. There was a lot of that going on. Back Canyon, its original name was Bagby Canyon. That never got changed. It's still Back Canyon today, but Donner Canyon is Donner Canyon. And I guess the lesson is the early map makers didn't have very good handwriting.
If you walk up the fire road in the wet season, you'll enjoy the sights and sounds of the creek, which is flanked by oaks. Here's park docent Jenn Rowe.
You get the valley oak, which are going to be right near the water, and they need the water. They're the largest oak in North America, and they're deciduous. You'll see their lobed leaves.
Up on the hill to the right of the trail is a beautiful stand of blue oaks. They're the most drought-tolerant of California's tree-sized oaks, and the fastest growing. Their acorns don't wait for spring rains to throw down roots. October rains are enough to get them started. They don't get as large as valley oaks, but they thrive in this drier habitat. The surface of their leaves has a waxy coat that helps conserve moisture and gives the foliage a bluish tint. Beneath the oaks on both sides of the trail lurks poison oak. It's not an oak, of course, but a woody vine or shrub in the sumac family. It can cause a nasty rash in some people.
Poison oak is everywhere on the mountain. A lot of visitors approach it as though it's a pest. They're kind of fearful of it, which they should be. But you can view it as a guardian of the woodland. Kind of keeps people on the trail, but it also provides a lot to the wildlife. The deer nibble on the leaves. It's a nectar source. It's a seed source. Any creature that's evolved with it is just fine with it. Just that we didn't evolve with it.
If you come here during the rainy season, poison oak is a beautiful color.
Awful lot of trees, the leaves are reddish when they first unfurl. And there's a chemical in there, anthocyanin. It actually keeps the tender leaves from getting sunburned until they thicken up. Plus it tastes terrible, and it keeps the deer away.
Later, those leaves will turn shiny green. In the dry season, just before the leaves fall, they turn red again, for a different reason. They stop producing light-absorbing pigments for photosynthesis. Green chlorophyll is the first pigment to disappear, which gives the leaves red, orange, and yellow pigments a chance to show off. In segment 3, we'll learn about the horsemen who blazed some of the trails on this side of the mountain. George Cardinet, Jr.